Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Lopez, and today we are learning grade 7, module 2, lesson 3, understanding the addition of integers. So in lesson 1 and 2, we learned how to add numbers on the number line. Today we are leveling it up and learning how to do without the number line. So let's look at example 1, counting on to express the sum as absolute value. We have a model of counting up and model of counting down. In counting up, we have 2 plus 4 equals 6. So in lesson 1, we did the hops. 2 and 4 to the right makes 6. In lesson 2, we drew vectors. 2 and 4 makes 6. In counting down, we have 2 plus negative 4, and since the number is negative, we are going to the opposite direction from the positive, right? So we had 2 to the right, 4 to the left. And that's how we ended up with negative 2. So counting up negative 4 is the same as the opposite of counting up 4, and also means counting down 4. So when I'm counting up negative 4, I'm going left anyways. So it's like counting down. That's basically what this sentence means. For each example above, what is the distance between 2 and the sum? What is the distance between 2 and the sum? Between 2 and 6, we have 4. And the distance between 2 and negative 2 is still 4. Right? So the distance between 2 and the sum is 4. What does the sum lie to the right or left of 2 on the horizontal number line? Above or below on the vertical number line? So does the sum lie to the right or left of 2? So on our counting up model, the sum lies to the right of 2. On the counting down model, the sum is to the left of 2, right? So the right picture, the sum is right of 2, and it was the left model, and this is right. And on the right, the sum is left of 2. The sum is left of 2. If I were to draw a vertical number line, on the vertical number line in our counting up model, if a 0 is here and 2 is here, 6 is going to be above the 2, right? And if I draw the number line here, and negative 2 is here, and 2 is here, the negative 2 is going to be below the 2, right? So this one is below, this one is above. Above 2 or below 2. Given the expression 54 plus 81, determine without finding the sum the distance between 54 and the sum. Explain. Okay, so without finding the sum, if I start at 54, well, I start at 0, I go to 54, and then to find the sum, I would have to go 81 units more to the right. That means that the distance between 54 and the sum will be 81. 81, because the sum is 81 units away from 54. Is 81 units away from 54. Is the sum to the right or left of 54 on the horizontal line, above or below on the vertical number line? If I'm adding 81 and it's a positive integer, I'm going to the right, correct? So it's going to be right and above the number line if I were to draw it on the vertical number line. Given the expression 14 plus negative 3, determine without finding the sum the distance between 14 and the sum. Since I'm adding negative number, I have to go to the left, to the negative side from 14. And if I'm going on the vertical number line, I will have to go down, right? So the distance between 14 and the sum will be 3 units. 3 units, because the sum will be 3 units away from 14, because the sum is 3 units away from 14, and as I explained already, is going to be to the left or below. To the left of 14 or below 14. Okay. All right. Find the sum using the number line provided. So this is something that you already know. We start at -5 plus 3. We start at 0. We go to -5. And since I'm adding 3, I will have to go now to the right. 3 units. My answer is going to be -2. -6 plus -2. I start at 0, I go to -6, which is to the left of the 0, and I'm adding -2 as well, going to the left of the 0, 2 units, end up on -8. 7 plus -8. 7 goes from the to the right from the 0, and I'm adding -8 from 7. I will have to go to the left 8 units, and I will stop at -1. Okay. Alright, so now we need to write an equation using verbal descriptions. How do I write an equation? In using the number line, we need to create an arrow diagram given the following information. The sum of 6 and the number is 15 units to the left of 6 on the number line. The sum of 6 and the number is 15 units to the left of 6. So if I were to draw it, I would say the sum of 6 and a number. So it has to be starting at 6, right? So I will go to the 6, my first vector from 0 to 6. And then it says 15 units to the left of 6. I will have to draw 15 units away from 6. So it's 6 and 10 more. So 6 and 9 more, right? 9 units more. So we will stop at -9. How can I write an equation that tells me the sum of 6 and the number is 15 units to the left of 6? 6 plus, and now we will have to go and draw this arrow, and this arrow represents -15. So we will have 6 plus -15 equals -9. That is my equation. I started with 6, I added -15, ended up with -9. That is all about lesson 3. Pretty easy. We are going from drawing on the number lines. We are starting to put in equations. More equations you will see in the next lesson. Please do your homework and let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.